All right, hey, we're recording and it's live and I'm the only one here and I'm a few minutes early. So that's how it goes. Right, this is what we should probably talk off on. This is really cool. Share. All right, so for what it's worth, we got some tools we produced, this one being one of them. So we have our last release of a platform, which was May 2017. Here we are 2 years later, coming up on May 2019. This is our proposal. So as you can see, the green is newly added. On the left, the red is what we've deleted. So side by side, you can kind of quickly judge, like, hey, what's going on in this paragraph? What's going on in that paragraph? And so forth and so on. So some of this language might have been combined into multiple sections. Obviously, we'd have to actually read the words to go through and learn exactly what we did. So we added some sections. That's why we see a little gap. Down here, number 9 lines up at the old number 8. We support. Up here, we oppose, matches up with the 7, we oppose. I think you get the idea. So thank God for these people who produce these free tools on the internet. This draftable.com. Really appreciate it there, folks. When you see a giant section that's gone, obviously we can read it, but the mindset of our committee in many respects was to stop trying to write statutes and laws, legislation, statutes and laws in our platform, but to really encapsulate what it is we stand for and what it is we support or are opposed to. This got really kind of long and lengthy and like a love letter. A lot of details. In general, you can assume we're obviously wanting to adhere to the constitutions, but at the same breath, there's a bunch of changes we want to make to them. And this is what this was getting into. A lot of additions here, and the green here for, I think it's the state government. As state government, we did add a bunch of stuff, no doubt about it. I'll point your eyes towards that to go through these green sections, by all means. This is just a simple example of, we had some feedback like, you guys got a lot of should be eliminated. And we did change those to must be eliminated. We're not going to get, we really wanted to make an effort to not be wishy-washy on the language. That was sort of the driver for a lot of the edits. We pretty much went through one section, here's section 2 elections for each of our meetings. Some of these sections were long and we took a couple meetings to get through. Let's see, so courts lines up a little bit crooked, but it's in there. Kept a lot of the stuff already that was there. Did add this interesting this is something I was focused on, number 8 here. The Florida bar, as well as any other licensing monopoly, must be disassociated from the state of Florida as the official body to license practicing attorneys and opened to competition. I don't know if you know this, but presently the Florida Bar Association is written into the Florida Constitution. I mean, how grotesque is that? I guess it just blows my mind that the people of Florida who let this stuff continue, session after session without changing it, just kind of proves they're part of a cult. That's their team. Team Florida Bar, team lawyers, team courts. At least we're marking our spot in the ground for how we feel about this. That's exactly what we're doing with this platform, trying to focus our people on the positions we take and why. And as you may have already heard, Stephen Nicalia is our chairman of this committee, but he's also advocated that we do a long form. So, something as simple as criminal sentencing should be reserved for crimes which have no discernible victim. The punishment should be appropriate to the crime. I mean, this lends itself to a whole page of written description of what it is we mean by this one line in our platform. And that is how to speak to some of our audience. Some of them need to know the long version. This doesn't exist presently for the state of Florida. Maybe some authors have written this in their own books, but not as a document for our party. So 2020, our goal, as having blown out of this committee as our convention ends, is to basically join back up to help write this long form. Certain sections I'm passionate about, and I can just auto write it because it's been something I've been talking about for years. Other sections you or somebody else might be passionate about, and can kind of auto write that section as well. And we're going to need authors to jump in to help with that. All right, so public safety, we had as you probably know, we've been promoting where we're at on this platform for weeks, and in fact had released, I think, two other versions as we worked our way to the actual deadline, which was, I think, about 10 days ago, where we had to send our work to the Secretary of the LPF so she can get it properly registered and promoted to the delegates. But we did have a couple last minute changes. Nothing dramatic, but some corrections. Let's see. So I think it was number 8 here. Previously, this was a fishing and game and Florida Highway Patrol sentence, and they didn't want to have state deputies or something like that. We did just rewrite this number 8 here on the right to say the power of arrest must be reserved to only the sheriff and police granted to operate under the sheriff. All other agencies must not have the power to arrest in a sheriff's jurisdiction. So, libertarians don't necessarily like to put people in charge of us, but technically the sheriff has the ability to make determinations and intercede on our behalf towards whether or not the state legislature or the feds laws are compliant with the related constitutions. That's a good thing if you have a good sheriff. If feds are wanting to do gun confiscation and you've got a constitutional sheriff who's willing to make an argument that the Second Amendment of the U.S. Constitution protects the people from having their guns confiscated, period, those laws are basically nullified via your county sheriff. Likewise, if you've got present-day state-badged policing agencies, whatever form they may come in, operating in a county without direct approval of the sheriff, you basically have 2 systems operating at the same time, of course. And this is basically making an effort to make damn sure they're underneath the elected top cop, your sheriff. So you can have a shot, I shouldn't use the term shot. So you can have an opportunity to change out your sheriff through the proper voting process, run for sheriff yourself, find people who are more competitive than you possibly to run for sheriff, and in the end end up with a free county with a constitutional sheriff. So this is ode to them, ode to the constitutional sheriff here in number 8. Prior, we had Florida Highway Patrol and Fish and Game and Wildlife in here, and I just want to acknowledge those are policing agencies now. And if we had a libertarian revolt and all of our platform stuff became reality, they would still have to deal with the sheriff. The sheriff would be the one saying, you can't run your boats up and down Monroe County anymore, Fish and Game and Wildlife. The sheriff's department's going to handle that, and so forth. Or if you're going to be running your boats, you're not going to be arresting anybody unless they're, causing life and death risks for your officers, something like that. But presently, we have basically rogue agencies arresting our people whenever they feel like it, and that's got to come to an end. So again, this is an overview. I just want to point out just a single line here lends itself to a long form of the platform, and that's what we plan to do going into 2020. I'm not sure what the process is going to be for adoption. It might just be the executive committee of the LPF. Not quite sure what that's going to be. It might be an unofficial copy of the long form platform. We'll let the rest of the folks argue that one. This one I'm familiar with. Instead of just taxes, we have now the category taxes and fees. As you know, here in Florida, they hate, even the people in charge, the Republicans, hate the word taxes, but they're happy to lump fees on everything. So we kind of added a new view on this section to incorporate, some of the fees that have been confiscated from us as well. Other details. So taxes and fees, right. a lot was added here. Nothing I'm really ready to jump out of the chair and speak on. But I do want to point out that one of our committee members, I think it was Davey, had brought up that private property was only listed like not at all. Like the term private property wasn't in our platform at all. So that was added in. I think some of these sections down here were where that came in. I wonder if there's a search window. Let me see if I can find that in here. Private property. I get this video of my head. No way. Let me just see what I'm doing here. Let's see an counter. Okay, we got it in there 12 times maybe. Okay, so it's dark green over green. So to just let you know, one of our volunteers on this committee, was able to flag something that was, common for us libertarians, but apparently never added to our platform, or at least in 2017. So there's some tools here on this draftable app where you can, if you got a hot topic, you can go blasting through the old and the new version to see how we handled it, whatever it might have been your topic. Probably yes. It's all up there at the top of the document. Keep cycling to the top of the document. So do use those tools as you see fit to do. Jumping down here, so we were in public safety. We were speaking about that. Let's see, vice laws. So basically, we're green light and vice. We didn't change much, but don't worry, folks. It's all lining up. But do read it. I want you to be fully informed, of course. That's why we're doing these videos. As far as economy, we've added some additional information. Number 4, let's see if we have any lining up with number 4. So we added like a couple points on the 2017 version. We added several here for the economy. One of them being, the state shall not impose any regulation or restriction on alternative currencies to the U.S. dollar, nor shall it enforce legal tender laws. So I think legal tender laws is a topic for somebody else to explain it more fully than I can. But obviously, we're wanting an open marketplace for types of currencies or actual money to be transacted. It goes on and on. We reject favoritism. This is the economy section. This is just to remind y'all. So, we reject favoritism in any form to any industries, companies, or other organizations. And, equal treatment under the law, we're pretty familiar with. This is kind of reiterating some of the basics that are in our founding documents of the country. So there you have it. Jump on in here. Expose yourself to what we're talking about doing. Again, the platform is one of the #1 marketing documents for the Libertarian Party of Florida. It may be 6 or 10 pages long. I guess because it's 12 pages long here. Original was 6. Now we've grown it to 12. We grew the fonts. We put some big borders on the side. There'll be some formatting. But let's just say we a little less than doubled the size of this platform. It's going to be the #1 marketing document for our organization for people who want to join. They're going to read this. It's a good education for them to find out where we stand on issues and start providing them their formative training for being a representative of the LPF. We think this will impact candidates. This will impact political efforts locally. This will impact language and culture. These are #1 priorities for any political party, especially ours. We've kind of founded under philosophies like maybe most political parties, but I think more so us. And those get pretty much ratified in writing here. So I want to point out that a lot of people have great ideas, and I want you to keep your ear open. There will be a call from volunteers to assist with the long form version of this platform, to which we basically go deeper into things. And that's going to be important because Florida can impact the whole country in many ways. We think this platform will have will be one that gets referred to by other states when they go about creating their own state party platforms or updating their own state party platforms. So you too can leave a legacy for freedom and liberty by jumping in and helping out. So a lot of this is open market stuff. The whole healthcare thing is open market stuff. We own our body. Government should have no role to play in this at all. In fact, there's almost no value added at all by having the government involved. So I think when you read this will read true to typical libertarian positions. And I do urge you to support passage of this platform. We have an opportunity to go through this with you all, the delegates, on Saturday. I think that's May 4th, 2019. We're going to have a window of time to go through this platform on Saturday, which is a first in the last 3 conventions at least, which gives us a great opportunity to get this out in front of a full room of delegates and get this passed, hopefully in one vote. I really want this passed in one vote. I want to remind delegates that, of course, there's going to be errors. We're all human. But if it's a clerical error, if it's a misspelling, if it's a past tense versus future tense kind of thing, the executive committee has the power to correct those problems, like going back to convention. So, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but if you see some minor issue, typically a minor issue can be fixed by the executive committee after the convention. The critical thing is getting motions done quickly because we have a limited time to have the delegation seated. And we ask for your support. That's why we're doing this video now. That's why we're spending time editing this stuff up and getting it out to you and putting some of these excerpts together, is to corral all the votes ahead of time so we get in and out and into other business. None of those Libertarian Party of Florida Constitution and bylaws changes, motions are already queued up. We don't want to suck up all the time either. We want to make time for them, and vice versa. So that's a quick view of this tool, draftable.com. It's a free website, so hopefully this will stay up here for forever, but it's available. You can opt to not print, or you can opt to have printed for you. Likewise, this last website I just flashed in front of you, this one should be available during the convention, so bring your tablet or laptop or what have you. You can easily pick through this real quick and do word searches, and whatever you're focused on. You can see how it may or may not have been handled by us during our last year of working together. So at this time, I want to thank y'all for becoming knowledgeable on what we're trying to do as a state party, helping us with our founding documents, especially Platform 1, which we spent, which our little committee spent time on. And I want you to be aware we really do appreciate you guys being that critical eye, but keep in mind we fixed a ton of problems that most critical eyes couldn't believe was even in the document for years and years. And of course, we focused on the last version, 2017. No offense to those folks who did their best then, but we're really trying to knock it out of the park with the version we're doing right now. So thanks for joining me here. Do read further, read through the details, talk to your other delegate friends who are going to be at convention, bring like-minded folks with you, get them on board, walk them up this learning curve we just kind of flew through real quick right here, right now tonight, and help build support. We need your support to get this platform cleaned up, updated, so we can have maximum impact on our culture, on the political folks in the state of Florida, and on our volunteers and future candidates. We want them to be helped as much as we can with whatever wisdom we carry forward from our own readings of our literature. Looking for a book to flash in front of you. I got bumper stickers. I try to keep it really simple. Let's keep the philosophy simple. No, but seriously, there's some well-read people on our committee. There's been a lot of wisdom in the original document, which we've certainly tried to utilize and, in a sense, update it for what's going on today in our culture. That's the quick 1, 2, 3 from Kevin, just a volunteer on the platform committee. Come on out. If you're not already plugged in with the Libertarian Party state of Florida regarding these documents, volunteer yourself, fill out the forms on the website, lpf.org, lpf.org. I'm coming out of Hillsborough, where Tampa is, so looking forward to seeing you guys at convention. And I think it's just a couple days away. I guess about 9 days from now. Come on down to Tampa, and I know Susie and Susie's our chairwoman at the Hillsborough affiliate. We're going to have a table and a booth, and we'll probably have this same Zoom.us thing running, so we can do some on-the-fly interviews with some of you folks, find out what's going on in your county, what you're passionate about, what you guys feel like you've accomplished in the last year, and what you're hoping to do next year, that kind of thing. Some simple Q&A, boom, 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 and put some videos together to help you guys out in your own county affiliate, doing your own self-promotion, doing your own changing hearts and minds by simply doing this, hooking a video camera up to a computer and being a talking head. Tampa, Florida, where we have a new mayor, socialist ex-chief of police who's already on the dole for $140,000 a year pension for being a cop, and now she's taking in another $160,000 in salary every year. I can't believe the hellstorm we got here in Tampa. It might as well be one of the other cities in Florida, which will remain nameless. Where do we run to, folks? Where do we run to? I don't have a quick answer for you, but let me know when we have an off-planet settlement of libertarians. Count me in on that trip. All right, guys, I'm out of here.